Hallihallo, meine Lieben. Und ja, was ist denn hier los? Warum sind wir denn plötzlich wieder in Star Rail? Und warum fängt dann Hang jetzt an? Ja, nein, du redest jetzt nicht, ich rede. Ja, was soll ich sagen? Ich habe für die letzte Version so extrem lange gebraucht, dass es jetzt schon längst wieder weitergeht. Ja, hat nur eine Woche gehalten, ne? Und plötzlich sind wir wieder da. Ja, hua, ich weiß. Gut, also, ihr wisst ja, Star Rail ist eigentlich kein komplettes Let's Play, aber ich muss wirklich sagen, Penacony ist so derbe interessant. Also ich finde das so extrem interessant. Und da dachte ich mir, komm, wir gucken uns jetzt mal an, wie es weitergeht. Denn wir sind ja doch mit einem extremen Cliffhanger hier hängen geblieben worden. Das, ja, das geht so nicht, ne? Das geht so nicht. Okay. Nachdem ich dir jetzt erklärt habe, warum wir schon wieder hier sind, naja, so eine richtige Erklärung war das ja nicht, ne? Außer natürlich, dass ich wieder mal zu langsam gewesen bin. Würde ich sagen, wir schauen uns mal der Teufel in... Nein, fang nicht an zu singen. Der Teufel in Samt an, sprich mit Aventurine. Oder wie er auch immer ausgesprochen wird. So. Ich würde mal sagen, wir gucken mal, wie weit ich komme. Ich habe nämlich jetzt die Welt hier erhöht. Aber ich habe meine Charaktere noch nicht wirklich weiter bearbeitet. Ich habe einfach zu wenig Zeit in diesem Leben. Das ist unglaublich. Ach, hör auf zu reden. Ich rede. Wenn ich rede, hast du nicht zu reden oder zu singen. So. Okay, da steht er schon. Ich glaube, hier haben wir auch das letzte Mal aufgehört, ne? Wo wir Robin gesehen haben. Na naja, gut, wir gucken mal. Hello, was hast du zu sagen?
Ah, friend. My expression wasn't much better than yours when I first saw this.
Aha.
Your eyes aren't deceiving you. It's her. The famous singer, Robin.
Ja, aber wie ist das möglich? Könnte Robin wirklich... wir machen mal das weiter, okay?
Well, first of all, can I just say that this had nothing to do with me? I'm just an unlucky bystander here.
Bist du dir
The family
sicher?
can testify for me.
Okay.
If you don't believe me, just ask anyone in the Bloodhound family. They hate me and they hate the IPC, so they'd never lie.
Oh, alles
This is
klar.
not
Also
where the
wenn die
crime
sagen, er hat
happened.
wirklich nichts damit zu tun,
What I
dann ist
showed
das
you
auch
was a
so.
memory.
Weil sie es ihm nicht
Most
anhängen
basic
können.
light cone manifesting tech, authorized by the Garden of Recollection and owned by the IPC. Did you really
So,
think
ich mach
the
das mal für
Galaxy
ihn, weil er
Rangers
es
were
nicht macht.
outsiders this whole time? Penacony has made a solemn commitment to protect the safety of anyone inside a family dream. Any person in distress will be forcibly awakened and safely returned to reality.
Okay.
What gives them the confidence to make such conclusive statements? Because behind this promise is the harmony. The family's Dreamweavers link up their minds together to
Oh, er ist so
construct
sexy,
an
ne?
unbreakable defensive
Irgendwie hört er
line.
sich hier auch ganz anders an von seiner
Breaking through
Stimmlage
this line
her.
of defense to create death in the dreamscape. Not even a memo keeper could do that without the family's permission. Who could have done it, friend? The only one is her. The girl who calls herself
aber
a
warum sollten sie
Galaxy
das
Ranger.
tun?
An imposter, an unsought guest, an emanator
Was hat
who
denn Frau
hides her
Sonntag
true
getan, dass
identity.
dass er Corinne sie umbringen will? Ja, ich nenne sie ja Frau Sonntag, ne? Weil sie
Clifford's
gehört ja
death was
zu
a
Herrn
foregone
Samstag.
conclusion. And Robin? Her misfortune was staring right at her. Who will be the next to die?
Ja, Hauptsache ich bin es nicht. Das alles ist schwer zu verkraften, aber das ist ja nicht die ganze Geschichte. Wenn das wahr ist, mein Freundchen, dann ist hier aber der Bär los. Ich meine, dann kann ich hier niemanden trauen. Ja, im Grunde können wir ja niemanden trauen, ne? Außer uns selbst. Dum, dum, dum.
It's fine. Listen to your gut. Building trust always takes time. And I'm willing to wait.
Okay.
I just hope you realize that wherever that legacy is concerned, covert plans are already underway throughout
Ja,
Penacony.
das ist ja eigentlich immer
Everyone's
so,
got their own
ne?
agenda. careful you don't get stuck on the wrong side.
Ja.
If I were you, I'd keep my distance from Acheron. After all, any schemes out in the open are always going to be better than a monster in the shadows.
Ich bin schon wieder voll im Weg, ne? Wartet mal.
Who's to say there isn't an even deeper conspiracy
Ich mach mich mal
lurking
kleiner.
beneath the surface?
Memo Keeper, I think our little deal is finished.
Aventurine is telling the truth. This memory is a real one, and there's no sign of any distortion grafting on.
Okay.
The IPC is not.
Ja, aber können wir ihr denn
and there
trauen?
are
Im
real
Grunde können wir
limits
ja
to what they can
niemandem
actually
trauen.
do. But you know all this.
Unseren ganzen
Friend,
Trailblazern.
let's not beat around the bush here. The thing is, I want to reach out personally to team up with the Astral Express.
Oh.
I told you, I'm just not interested in scrambling for the legacy. I just came to Penacony for work. I'm here to retrieve some lost property for
Ja,
the
ich zeig dir
IPC,
gleich mal mein
if you
Zimmer,
catch my
welches
drift.
ich aber eigentlich gar nicht habe.
I'm talking
Was
ownership
total
of
traurig
this
ist.
frontier prison. This has all become a bad debt thanks to the cancer of all worlds. The IPC has tried sitting down for negotiations time and again, but the family wouldn't even take our calls. You have no idea how difficult these people are to deal with. Put it this way. They've hushed up the existence of death before, so they can definitely cover up any news about Robin's death. It'll just quietly float off like a bubble and pop.
Okay.
Nobody ever being the wiser. That's not fair, right? So then, friend, I need your help.
Soll ich dich ausziehen oder wofür brauchst du Hilfe? Ja, hier siehst du, welche Art von Hilfe. Ja, sind wir schon auf einer Wellenlänge, Anjo. Ich bin gerade mit etwas beschäftigt. Du bist nicht gerade vertrauenswürdig. Ja, im Grunde ist überhaupt niemand vertrauenswürdig. Er wird genauso ein falsches Spiel spielen. Es werden alle ein falsches Spiel spielen. Die Frage ist nur, welche Seite ist nicht ganz so schlimm? Welche Art von Hilfe machen wir einfach mal?
I have but only one goal. The family's front door is like a high wall. And to tear the whole thing down, I'll have to
Ich bin
dig
immer
out a
noch im
few chunks
Weg.
first. Once I find a weak point, the IPC
so?
will have plenty of means. Now we have our
Ich meine, das passiert
chance.
den Genshin auch immer,
So long as we can
aber...
get to the truth behind her death, we can have justice for Robin. While also gaining a valuable bargaining chip for bringing the family to the table. Truly a once-in-a-blue-moon opportunity. I've been investigating and making lots of friends all over Penacony precisely for this very moment. This tragic news would be extremely bad for the family, so they'll be doing everything they can to stop it leaking, especially to the IPC. But I trust that there are still a few factions that remain exceptions, and that's why I need you all. The reputation of the Astral Express precedes you, and the Harmony will give you the fairest of
Ja,
appraisals.
du willst mich doch nur benutzen,
You get to
du
find out
dreckiger
really what
Schiff.
happened and seek justice. And I get to put it toward completing my mission for the IPC. It's what you call a win-win situation.
Du willst das Vertrauen, das die Familie in uns setzt, ausnutzen? Ja, ganz genau. Die Namenlosen würden niemals mit der IFK gemeinsame Sache machen. Das kann ich nicht allein entscheiden. Nee, das können wir nicht allein entscheiden. Himiko, Welt! Hello!
Don't worry, just head back and talk things over with your
Ja, muss ich ja
companions.
auch. Die sind nämlich schlau und ich bin's
That
nicht.
navigator is really smart.
Ja, sag ich ja.
She must understand the value of this deal.
Oh, danke für deine
Here's my
Kontaktinformation.
contact details.
Ich werde es auch nicht
Come to
ausnutzen.
any conclusions, call me.
Sorry, ich habe gerade Kaffee hinter
and
mir.
take this. A thorough investigation can always use a little more funding. Don't mention it. So long, friend. I really am looking forward to uncovering the truth about death with everyone.
Okay.
Aventurine just sauntered off. He really doesn't mean to force it, but something still seems off.
Ja, hier ist alles irgendwie nicht richtig.
What now? What are your plans?
Ja, ich muss erstmal mit den Schlauen
Black
reden.
Swan. What is she thinking?
Anscheinend gar nicht so, wie der Blick aussieht. Was, wie? Ich soll mit ihr reden? Oh, wartet, das nehmen wir aber noch mit. Ob du jetzt willst oder nicht. Hallo. Piep, nicht bewegen. Ich überlege gerade, wie man das Design verbessern kann. Die Ofenform ist zu banal. Er sollte ein bisschen dekorativer sein. Piep. Moment, vielleicht ist die aktuelle Version doch ganz gut. Aber ich finde immer noch, dass der erste Entwurf besser war. Piep. Mit B, nicht mit P diesmal. Egal, ich muss erst Lady Vermilion fragen, was sie davon hält. Piep. Goodbye. Oh, die sind so süß. Und es gibt so viele von denen. Schwarzer Schwan, was möchtest du mir sagen?
On the surface, this doesn't look like a bad deal for you.
Ja,
But
und vor denen
Aventurine
muss man
is a
sich richtig in Acht nehmen
shrewd
vor
merchant whose scheme won't
Geschäftsmännern
just be as simple as it appears to be.
und Frauen.
He doesn't know about Miss Firefly yet. But, judging by your reaction, he may have noticed something going on and deliberately shifted topics to the truth of death.
Okay,
to
das
try
kann
and
sein.
pull you in line with his way of thinking.
Der wird schon so ein
That's
gewisses,
quick thinking
ja,
and
so ein
very
Gespür für
sound
sowas
logic.
haben. Genau.
Aventurine is no fool, and working with him definitely has its dangers.
Aber du arbeitest doch auch mit ihm zusammen, hä? Die Namenlosen können nicht wegsehen, wenn etwas Böses geschieht. Wir müssen Glühwürmchen berücksichtigen. Wer sich nicht einmischt, ist auf der sicheren Seite. Soll ich eine Münze werfen? Wir müssen Glühwürmchen berücksichtigen. So,
That is something I agree
genau.
on.
Ich hatte schließlich ein Date mit ihr. Ich war
Anyway, be
kurz
careful
davor,
out
in
there.
eine Beziehung zu
There's more
gehen,
than
ja?
one way to blaze a trail.
Näher komme ich nicht mehr ran
In a
in diese
dark forest
Geschichte.
beset by wolves, ensuring your own escape to safety should be your primary concern. As for the other questions,
Ja. Hat der Tod Robin umgebracht? Glaubst du, das hat etwas mit Acheron zu tun? Ist dir sonst noch etwas Ungewöhnliches aufgefallen? Okay. Hat der Tod Robin
I'm not
umgebracht?
sure the two cases were committed by the same culprit, but that massive wound looked like its winged blade.
Windblade!
Witnessed it in action
Sorry.
before. Plus, it seems unlikely that there would be two lethal entities loose in the dreamscape.
Glaubst du, das hat etwas mit Acheron zu
Sorry,
tun?
I can't answer that question. That ranger is shrouded in mystery. I'm afraid no one is capable
Ja,
of
wahrscheinlich nicht.
providing an
Ne? Das
answer.
müssen wir... Da muss noch ein
But
bisschen
without a
Zeit
doubt,
vergehen, denke ich
she's
mal.
the most special guest at this banquet. It's like Aventurine said just then. It's best to keep your distance from her.
Gut, wir gehen ja davon aus, oder ich gehe davon aus, du musst einfach mitziehen, ob du möchtest oder nicht, dass sie ja wahrscheinlich zwei Persönlichkeiten oder sowas in sich trägt. Einmal die normale, die sich hier auch ständig verläuft und so weiter. Und dann gibt es ja auch noch diese Sache, wo dann plötzlich diese rote Schrift und so erscheint. Und das ist immer sehr seltsam. Wir haben natürlich auch schon den Trailer und so von ihr gesehen, wo sie quasi als Dämon dargestellt wird, mit weißen Haaren und so, ne? Ich glaube, das ist die andere Seite, die sie entweder bewusst versucht zu verschließen, aber in gewissen Situationen rauskommt, oder sie kann tatsächlich bewusst hin und her switchen oder sowas. Aber das sind jetzt alles nur Vermutungen meinerseits und natürlich deinerseits. Aha. Gucken wir mal. Ist dir sonst noch etwas Ungewöhnliches aufgefallen? Also ich denke, wenn, nochmal ganz kurz, ja, ich weiß, ich wieder, ne? Ich denke, wenn sie in ihrer in Häkchen normalen Form ist, ist sie uns gegenüber nicht gefährlich. Aber die andere Seite könnte uns wirklich den Gar ausmachen. So, jetzt aber. Ist dir sonst noch was Ungewöhnliches aufgefallen?
Two victims appearing one after the other in a very short time span.
Ja, das
In
ist
and
sehr
of itself,
ungewöhnlich.
that's very unusual. Two possibilities. The collapse of Penacony's dreamscape has started speeding up, making death extremely agitated and weakening the family's protections. Or everything has been planned out and executed by someone. If someone has chosen these victims deliberately, first a smuggler,
Ja,
then a
da wissen wir
family
ja, wer es
celebrity,
gewesen ist.
then this murderer's motives are worth thoroughly chewing over.
Ich habe keine weiteren
It's all
Fragen.
happened so quickly, I can only make conjecture. After leaving here, go have a chat with your companions.
Ja, ich
I
werde
hope
sofort mit
you
Welt
can
und Himiko
clarify the
reden.
source of this
Diese kleinen
confusion.
schlauen Bübchens. Schwarzer Schwan führt dich durch die chaotische Traumlandschaft.
Come, This way.
Ach, die
It's a
Dinger
short
waren
walk.
das.
Don't get lost.
Ich dachte eben, was war das denn für ein Geräusch? Ja, bleibt mal leise da hinten. Das ist irgendwie creepy. Aber hier ist ja irgendwie vieles ein bisschen unheimlich. Vor allem diese komischen Schilder, die dich verfolgen. Die sind richtig widerlich.
This way. This is where we part ways. All of this is like a nightmare.
A nightmare.
Unfortunately, the remembrance doesn't lie. What we just saw is the reality that happened. And it won't fade from our minds just because we wake up. But follow your heart and don't be afraid.
Follow your
We all walk through
heart.
this world casting shadows of different lengths. And ultimately, all we leave behind are precious memories. Ah, hold on just a sec.
Ja, was, kriege ich ein Geschenk? Ja? Ja? Schwarzer Schwan berührt sanft dein Ohr und hinterlässt einen Hauch von Kälte. Dann
There you
reicht sie
go.
dir,
A
was?
small parting gift.
Reicht sie mir?
If
Ihre
one day you
Kontaktnummer?
unfortunately fall into the deep waters of the memory zone and there's no memo keeper to join you, hopefully it can guide you on my behalf. I also pay great attention to the ways of the world. Just think of this as an apology from me for hiding something from
Gibt es
you.
aber freundlich. 1000 Dank. Das ist alles? Hallo? 1000 Dank.
Then, I've something private to take care of regarding that Galaxy Ranger.
Okay,
Let's leave
wahrscheinlich muss
things
sie jetzt
there,
auch ein paar Infos
shall we?
sammeln.
What fascinating memories will you bring for me next time we meet? I sincerely look forward to them.
Okay, let's go. Dann Hank, ich komme. Ach nur, du bist ja gar nicht da. Anjo, bist du noch im Hotel der Traumwelt? Anjo! Gibt es Probleme? Wir wurden im Speicherbereich getrennt, aber Anjo ist bei der Wahrerin der Erinnerung. Oh, ich bin so hibbelig. Hilfe! Bleib ruhig, März. Muss ich kommen? Oh ja, Baby, komm zu mir. Im Moment nicht. Gut, sag mir einfach Bescheid, wenn ich gebraucht werde. Du wirst immer gebraucht. Hallo? Dann Hank und ich geht gar nichts. Im Hotel Reverie in der echten Welt ist es sehr ruhig. Es tut sich nicht viel. Ich bin fertig. Wo bist du? Hallo, ich bin wieder da. Ich habe auf meiner Seite alles abgesucht. Wo sollen wir uns treffen? Anjo! Oh, es freut mich, dass es dir gut geht, Anjo. Diese Frau hat dir doch nichts angetan, oder? Leider nicht. Ha! Es tut mir so leid, was mit Glühwürmchen passiert ist. Die Familie hat den ganzen Bereich abgeriegelt. Wir verhandeln gerade mit ein paar Vertretern der Familie. Es sollte nicht mehr lange dauern. Treffen wir uns nachher irgendwo bei Glockis Statue. Ich wollte zuerst Cocktail sagen. Schicksalsbrief. Himeko! Bist du alright? Ich kann es immer wieder sagen, meine lieben Leute. Ich liebe diese Gegend. Ich weiß nicht, warum ich Penacony so toll finde. Wahrscheinlich deswegen. Entschuldigung. Ah, nee. Ach, die Story. Also muss ich ja wirklich sagen, Star Rail ist ja doch schon vom Storytelling her, also von der Geschichtserzählung her, doch schon dunkler, ne? Nicht so wie in Genshin, aber ja. Beides ist toll, ne? Nicht, dass du jetzt denkst, ich rede irgendwas oder möchte irgendwas schlecht reden. Ja. Let's go. Aber momentan gefällt mir tatsächlich die Geschichte von Star Rail besser. Vor einiger Zeit im Speicherbereich. Oh!
That blade now, Ranger.
Do you still dream, Hunter?
Oh!
Those slain by your hand?
Vor einigen Tagen im Ewigflammenanwesen. Oh! Ifrit!
Appears the outcome has already been determined.
You're still alive, as are you. You still have room to make a choice. Leave the music box behind, and then go.
Choice. The bloody trail of the destruction leaves no room for hesitation.
The Taurus Fire Demon. Even if you sacrifice your life for that Eon, you won't get special treatment.
Ranger, you tread the narrow path of the hunt. You could never understand. We come from the fire, and are born bathed in fire. We
Boah, ist das
spread,
interessant, Leute!
burn, and destroy.
Entschuldigung.
Until all the kindling has burned out and we leave only ashes on the ground. Burning forms the entire life of a fire demon, from the beginning to the end. We are born to die, just to put into practice a profile of another universal truth. All things are created for the destruction.
Your companions don't seem to think so. They fight for your chance at survival.
They are my children, and just as I was, they are flames that have yet to burn white hot. They're still young, and I don't blame them. But my flames are faint, and time is running out. Can you see the planet of festivities in the distance? I plan to bring Purgatory with me there, and before that, I must surpass you.
Oh.
Why?
Ja, weil.
Because on the path they have forged, you have traveled farther than I have. Emanator.
Emanatorin?
You cannot hide your true
What?
identity.
Okay, was ist eine Emanatorin? Ich bin ein dummes Mädchen, Leute. Erklärt es mir.
Was
ist das? Oder habe ich das gerade falsch gelesen? Nee, habe ich nicht, ne? Was ist das? Captain, please.
This destruction is intense, but brief. To cravenly cling to life is to endure an endlessly prolonged existence.
Even if the answer turns out to be your own destruction.
What is important is not the answer, but that it exists, just as you exist. Everything exists to be destroyed. Emanators are no different. Just as even sweet dreams may be born of the void, the so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen.
All right. I accept.
You shall witness the most brilliant and intense fire in existence. May this flame illuminate the farthest reaches.
Hallo,
of
sie ist
your
Blitz, ja? Nicht Feuer.
bottomless dream.
Okay.
A bottomless dream. Yes, that's right. But you've made one small mistake.
Und was für ein?
This blade remains in its scabbard not out of pity or scorn. It's a personal secret that I don't want to disclose, but...
Aber um mich zu revanchieren, töte ich dich. Tschung, 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 tschung! Während sie das sagt, ruht ihre Hand sanft auf dem Griff ihres Schwertes.
I'll reveal the truth to you.
Ho! Dann krieg ich die ja auch mit.
Is not the path I truly follow.
Hä?
May death be the end of your boundless dream,
What the hell?
guiding you back to the waking world.
Oh, ich liebe
I
Cutscenes.
still see them in my dreams. Hold on.
Warte.
Your time hasn't come yet.
Nee. Das ist aber nicht jetzt Ifrit oder wie oder was? Oder.
Time.
Hä? Ich bin total verwirrt.
I've seen many clever disguises that can conceal appearances. But they can never cover up who a person is.
Sag mir nicht, das ist
You're
Ifrit.
no different. You had no desire to kill the Trailblazer. You only did what you did to drive me and the Memo Keeper away, but
Ich meine,
why?
das Gerücht geht ja rum, dass Sam Firefly ist oder sein soll, ne?
Did Destiny's slave make you do it?
Ich bin gespannt.
You know, Elio.
I thought this is just the kind of thing that'd get written into your script.
My script has always been brief.
Ich check gar nichts, Leute.
Other than that,
Ich check überhaupt
Anything
nichts.
beyond that is unnecessary. He knows my nature. There is but a single destiny from which no one
Das einzige
can
Schicksal,
escape.
das du nicht entkommen kannst, ist, dass
And
du
until
irgendwann abtreten musst.
I hold the privilege of choice. However, you appear to be ignorant of this. So it's time for me to inquire. Who exactly
Aber
are
Sam
you?
spricht nicht wie Firefly. Der drückt sich viel
Not your
gewählter
enemy,
aus.
perhaps.
Ich bin
That's
echt gespannt,
not
wer
what I
Sam ist.
asked.
I don't deserve your curiosity. Loners wandering the cosmos always have their secrets. Take me. I'm wanted by the IPC, so it's little wonder that I know something about the Stellaron hunters. That's all. Maybe I can help.
What reason would you have for doing that?
I tend to forget things. Which is why, rather than
Das
memories,
ist auch
I'm
seltsam,
accustomed
ne?
to
Dass sie so
using my
vieles
emotions
vergisst. Das
to
haben wir ja
capture
schon
what I
mehrmals
normally wouldn't otherwise.
festgestellt.
So,
Das könnte aber auch
I
mit
know
dieser
who is inside
eventuell...
that cold armor.
Oh! Kriegen wir's mit?
How
Hey.
about it? Ready to take off that armor and
Mach
sit
dich
down for a
schnackisch,
talk?
du so!
It's
Zeig mir,
not
wer du bist.
yet
Oh, nein!
time.
Hallo?
I don't need help, but I can give you a suggestion that would make things better for you and me. If your goal is the Watchmaker's legacy, then go look into the family. Not only are they covering up
Ich
the
bin hier immer noch
existence
der
of death,
felsenfesten Überzeugung, dass das hier immer noch ein Gefängnis ist. Ich
and
bin
the
richtig
truth
gespannt.
about what happens inside the dreamscape.
Already on it.
And the Astral Express is no enemy of yours.
I know that. I just never expected to hear you say it. What's next then? The Trailblazer's been taken by Black Swan. Will you go look for him?
No need for that. No harm in mentioning that Elio's only given me one instruction.
Ha!
Get all of the Astral Express to track down the Grand Legacy. I tried settling this in an easier and more direct way. But as you can see, here I am, confronting you.
Ja, es wurde ja schon gesagt, dass der Weg eigentlich vorgegeben
Can't
ist,
ever
ne?
go against
Das ist
the
ja das, was
script.
immer mal wieder hier auftaucht.
The so-called impossible is merely something that has yet to happen. That's it. Before we split, can I ask you one more thing?
Ja, sag mir endlich, wer das
Is
ist.
there
Ich
anything else in
sterbe
your
gleich
script
vor
about me?
Neugier.
I'd like to know what kind of
Hier, da
footnote
ist es
I get to
wieder.
leave in that future foreseen by destiny.
Unfortunately, not a thing came up.
Wieso kann Sam... Kann Sam das abrufen?
I knew it.
Hang on.
Warte, ich liebe dich.
I don't.
Don't. What?
Ja, danke schön. Ich war eben auch
Your
verwirrt.
first question was, Do you still have dreams about everyone who died because of you? I don't. Never have. I was born without the ability to dream. I live for this cold, harsh reality. For a little light. And to burn. To keep on burning. Until I turn to ash. So, I really envy you.
Das glaube ich. Wenn du
Is
nicht
that so?
träumen kannst.
Then you're already living in the waking world.
Ja, war sehr nett. Jetzt in der goldenen Stunde. Jetzt sind wir noch verwirrter, als was schon gewesen sind. Also ich.
heard about Miss Firefly from Black Swan.
Mann, die reden hier aber viel.
We never expected Miss Robin to...
Hallo, Frau Sonntag, bitte.
I'm sorry that I couldn't be with you then.
Reality cruises on in serenity, while undercurrents bubble up from the dreamscape. Just like that memo keeper said. Stay strong, everyone. We can still do what we can for them. Starting with finding the murderer.
Yes.
Let's
Detektiv
recap
Anjo ist
everything
bereit.
then. The Trailblazer just reminded me of something. March, do you remember what that family rep who negotiated with us said?
Indeed, we trust that the Nameless has nothing to do with this. And we also beg each of you to help assist the family in verifying the identity of the deceased.
Mhm.
That's how it was put, in reference to Miss Firefly.
Looking back, he seemed a little evasive at the time. And he also failed to mention anything about the earlier murder, too.
The family's planning on covering up all news about Miss Robin's death. If news gets
Oh
out,
ja, ich glaube, dann gibt's hier eine Revolte.
Bloodbath.
But the murder that followed closely after was obviously beyond their anticipation. The family had to try and turn things to their advantage by bringing in reinforcements from outside. The Charmony Festival is nearly here. They must be snowed under.
It may also be that Miss Firefly's murder had so many witnesses that it couldn't be covered up. So they went with the flow and let more people on the scene to control the situation.
Ja, ja. Wenn du es nicht vertuschen
After
kannst, musst du
all,
es halt
the
anders
nature
machen,
of
ne?
the two murders is fundamentally different. The family's first protective measure should be against malicious actors among the guests, such as that IPC envoy.
Der führt nichts Gutes im Schilde. Aventury nimmt sich vor Acheron in Acht. Ja, das stimmt.
Indeed. He was particularly
Indeed.
concerned about that Galaxy Ranger.
Ja,
Are we missing the forest for the trees here?
vor allem
I always felt that Aventurines
im
reasons
Grunde
for accusing Miss
schmeißen sich
Acheron
Aventurin
were
und Acheron
highly
ja
subtle.
gegenseitig den Ball zu, ne?
we
Aventurin sagt,
believe him?
Acheron ist nicht
At this
gut
point,
für ihn und
I'm
umgekehrt
afraid
im
the
Grunde
only
auch,
ones we can
ne?
trust are ourselves.
Ja,
Look, let's try to gather intel first and then list all the possible outcomes we can. Then we go through them, eliminating contradictions one by one. The fewer facts remaining, the closer we are to the truth. I've still got this sense of foreboding. It's like we're stuck in a whirlpool, spinning around that legacy even after everything that's happened.
This time we're playing the role of a real detective. But before we start,
yeah, wir
what are we
sind
going to
echte
say to the
Detektive.
family and Aventurine?
As I see things, the family harbors no ill will towards the Astral Express. If they didn't trust the crew, they wouldn't have
Yeah.
casually commissioned outsiders to investigate a case that's,
Genau.
in all likelihood, a scandal. Plus, this is the family's turf. Teaming up with them should make things easier for us in the future.
Jo, die können uns vielleicht
As for
Wege
that
öffnen,
Aventurine,
denen, die uns sonst versperrt geblieben
I'd
wären.
like to hear your thoughts.
Wait, bitte?
He's
Mr.
complex.
Intelligenter Boy.
He deliberately slow-played his hand during negotiations while running circles around us all the while. He appealed convincingly to both reason and emotion. It wasn't forced, but the intent was obvious. Still, it's good to have contacts among all this uncertainty. Adventurine showed his skills, and as far as our interests are aligned, he can become a reliable ally.
Das müssen
We
wir
also
irgendwie
need to keep a certain
ausnutzen.
distance from the family. Never let them get too
Ja.
close. Teaming up with the IPC helps balance that out. If either side makes a move, we have the option to pull out.
So you suggest accepting Aventurine's proposal to team
Erst
up?
einmal würde ich sagen, ja.
Yes. It's risky, but we can only wait until both sides have
Genau.
played their cards
Im Grunde
before
wissen wir
making
nämlich
any
gar nicht, wem wir
further
überhaupt
judgments.
vertrauen können. Das heißt, wir spielen beide Seiten aus und gucken,
There's a whole lot of bad guys and girls around here. And
was für
I'm
uns
worried
die
about
bessere
getting
Wahl
stabbed in
wäre.
the back. He's been bullied a few times now, and I can't stand it anymore.
Schon gut, wir sollten uns erst einmal auf das große Ganze konzentrieren. Schon gut, ich konnte auch eine Menge aus ihm herauskitzeln. Schon gut, du kannst mich auch gerne jederzeit mobben. Die Antwortmöglichkeiten sind auch gut. Ich würde aber sagen, wir nehmen erstmal das große Ganze, was ich ja schon gesagt habe. Wir freunden in Häkchen uns erstmal mit allen an und gucken, was dabei herauskommt.
You're like a broken record. Forget about it. Just let me keep an eye on him. If that doesn't work, we can just turn the tables and use him instead.
Then could you please reply to Aventurine? Everyone, take this time to put together your thoughts.
Adventurin, für dein Spielekonto jederzeit ziehbar. Wie geil ist das denn? Adventurin, man kann dich noch nicht ziehen. Arbeiten wir zusammen. Wir haben beschlossen, uns auf eine Zusammenarbeit einzulassen. Wunderbar, die Antwort kam schneller als erwartet. Jetzt stecken wir da alle gemeinsam drin. Oh, der ist so sexy, ne? Das Bild ist so sexy. Hier hast du eine Kleinigkeit für unsere kommende Partnerschaft. Du hast 100.000 Credits erhalten. Danke, Chef. Sei bitte sparsamer. Das ist alles? Ja, sei mal sparsamer. Wir machen das mal, weil das letzte Mal, als wir sowas geantwortet haben, hat Aventurine uns noch mehr gegeben. Ich mach das mal. Bitte sei sparsamer. Kumpel, du solltest mit deinem Geld nicht so um dich werfen. Dieses eine Mal werde ich es annehmen. Hey, das war ein Tippfehler. Ich gebe dir noch ein bisschen, damit du einen guten Start in den Tag hast. Siehste? Obwohl ich nicht weiß, ob er das sonst auch gemacht hätte. Die Familie wird die Sache mit Robin wie erwartet unter den Teppich kehren. Das bleibt also unser kleines Geheimnis. Die andere Sache kommt darauf an, welche Ausrede sie für dich auf Lager haben. Jetzt muss ich mich entschuldigen. Ich freue mich schon auf eure herausragende Vorstellung. So.
Looks like Aventurine is happy with this outcome. Let's tell everyone about it.
Okay. Wir haben voll Money gekriegt, weil ich nämlich voll der geile Checker bin.
Aventurine's goal is to try and recapture Penacony for IPC. To do this, he'll have to bring down the family in its entirety to create a big enough chance. The existence of death will be covered up by the family. So how does he plan on taking them down? It's gotta be something important enough that everyone will notice.
Ja.
But it also can't be anything too out in the open.
Vielleicht hat er es auf das Hotel abgesehen. Ich glaube, ich kann alles
An
einmal
attack on the
anklicken.
hotel guests? Unlikely. Penacony's guests include quite a few bigwigs known throughout the whole cosmos. People who not even the IPC would dare take lightly. Aventurine is a shrewd merchant, and there's no way he doesn't know that.
Ja. Vielleicht hat er es auf die Familie abgesehen.
He's definitely going for the family.
Ja.
And it's just a matter of how.
Er will sie ja
The
stürzen.
harmony is strong in Penacony, and almost impossible to take on head-to-head. The fact that the IPC dispatched Aventurine shows that they do not intend to simply play by the book here.
Vielleicht hat er es auf Acheron abgesehen. Er hat es einfach auf alle abgesehen.
Aventurine has devoted considerable attention to her. But this Galaxy Ranger...
Ja, ganz genau. Wir wissen nichts
we know
über
hardly
sie. Wir wissen über
anything
niemanden
about her.
etwas.
I can't rush to any conclusions.
Oder vielleicht hat er es auf den Astral-Express abgesehen.
I was also considering this possibility.
Ja.
Especially because he respects you so much and has sought you out before a few times. Perhaps he's also
Aber er hat ja schon
unsure of
gesagt,
your
dass er
intentions and is
mit
probing
uns
you.
zusammenarbeitet. Ja gut, kann ja auch alles gelogen sein, ne? Im Moment können wir noch keine konkreten Schlussfolgerungen
I'm
ziehen.
just speculating. In any case, we have to be careful when
Ja.
handling Aventurine.
Ja,
He's skilled at reading
definitiv.
people and discerning the right moment to strike. Also, he's
Ja.
clearly a born gambler if he's willing to go all in to win.
Okay. Oh mein Gott, wie süß ist das denn? Und warum hat denn der Sonnenbrille auf? Das ist so süß. Welt, was hast du zu sagen?
Aventurine said something that concerns me. He accused that Galaxy Ranger of killing Robin without any evidence whatsoever, but said nothing about her connection to that memory zone meme or why he
Ja.
was stalking you. It was a groundless accusation, which only serves to make him seem more suspicious.
Aber trotzdem, warum?
Maybe Aventurine's goal was never to gain our trust. Maybe he wanted to foster a feeling of enmity towards
Ja, ja.
Acheron and make the situation more volatile. Two birds, one stone. However, I asked Don Hung back on the Express to confirm that story about the Annihilation Gang and the lost messages. It wasn't something that Aventurine made up out of thin air. You've met her many times now. What's your impression of Miss Acheron?
Puh, sie ist sehr freundlich, sie ist sehr geheimnisvoll, sie ist sehr mächtig. Komisch, daran kann ich mich nicht erinnern. Ja, sie ist schon freundlich zu uns. Sie hat uns auch schon mehrmals geholfen. Allerdings immer, wenn Aventurine in der Nähe war, ne? Sie ist, ich würde sagen, sie ist sehr geheimnisvoll. Wir wissen noch nichts. Komisch, daran kann... Oh, das ist creepy. Daran kann ich mich nicht erinnern in der roten Schrift.
That fits the stereotype of a Galaxy Ranger to a T.
Oh.
They're eccentric, unpredictable, and fond of being alone. No wonder she's a suspect.
Das war irgendwie gruselig. Das war richtig gruselig eben. Hat sie uns manipuliert oder so? Marchi!
I hope it's not too soon to bring it up. But I feel like Miss Robin
Ja,
isn't
das
actually
vermute
dead.
ich auch.
But that she's still alive and well.
Auch mit Firefly, ne? Es ist ja... Die sind ja im Traum
But
getötet
everything's
worden.
just some horrible prank.
Und wir wissen ja nicht, ob du auch in der Wachwelt stirbst, wenn du in der Traumwelt stirbst. Auch wenn es dieser Speichermem war. Wir gucken mal. Ich bin gespannt.
Because aren't we supposed to be inside a dream? How could someone die in a beautiful dreamscape like this? Shouldn't only good things happen here? Whenever I see the Grand Theater, I just can't stop all these thoughts from flooding my head.
Glaubst du, dass die Familie zu den Verdächtigen gehören könnte? Wir werden alle Träume wieder in Ordnung bringen. Wir machen das Erste.
No. After all, they've brought everyone this sleepy dreamscape, which everyone loves.
Ich glaube ja immer noch ganz stark, es ist eine Tarnung. Aber das habe ich schon 30 Mal gesagt, Leute.
Everyone's still having a great time out there on the streets. Nobody knows what's happened. It's all so unreal. As if Firefly, Miss Robin, and us were all outsiders from another world. Aw, what a mess. I really want a nice cool drink of soda to help me calm down. But then I'd be just like everyone else out on the streets.
Looks like Aventurine doesn't need anything else. Let's turn our attention to the family's assignment for now. Himiko,
Die Musik im
what do you
Hintergrund.
think?
Among our current clues, the 2 murders that he witnessed are the most directly connected. I suggest starting here.
Ja.
One thing I'm curious about is, if a person dies
Ja,
in a dream,
danke! Endlich
what
mal
happens
jemand,
to
die
them
meinen
in real
Gedankengang
life?
folgt.
Seeing as we're at the family's behest, why not pop back out to reality and verify Miss Firefly's situation back at the hotel? Perhaps we could also make a few inquiries about her while out there.
How about we split off into 2 groups? There are
Ich
still
geh
some
mit dir,
things
Welt.
worth focusing on inside the dreamscape. I'll investigate those, and we can link up again later.
Worth focusing on? Oh. No problem.
Oh,
I'll
die
leave it
wissen
to you then.
irgendwas. Was macht ihr da gerade?
Aw, I thought I'd finally get to see Himiko and Mr. Yang go out on a mission together. Oh well. Take care
Die
then,
beiden
Mr. Yang.
verheimlichen auch sehr, sehr viel. Die wissen, glaube ich, auch
I will.
richtig viel.
Keep in touch.
Okay. Bleibt in Kontakt. Huh.
Honored guest, could you come out for a second?
What?
I'd be embarrassed too, getting stared at like that.
Forgive me. My name is Welt Yang. I'm one of the crew members on the Astral Express. I believe you've met my colleagues.
Welt.
Is there something about my name?
Oh?
First, don't you want to know my name?
I already do, Miss Acheron. You're a prominent figure in Penacony.
What are they saying about me?
Some claim that you're the real culprit behind these murders, that the Annihilation Gang's tragic fate at the banquet was a result of your blade, and that you're now attempting to unleash another bloodbath on Penacony.
The Annihilation Gang.
Ifrit of Everflame Mansion.
Ifrit!
Tragic fate. That Duke turned his dying body to flames and sacrificed
Ja, aber
his
er hatte
life
ja
as a
auch
martyr.
gesagt, dass er Penacony
He
ja
was a
eigentlich
determined
in
and
Flammen
heroic
sehen
past
wollte,
rider.
ne?
Not even a villain should be disparaged like this.
Also hat Acheron nicht eigentlich
And what's more,
Penacony
there were plenty of
gerettet?
suspects invited. Do they really think that a blade is more dangerous than that black hole you're wielding?
Keen intuition. Not even the family managed to point out the truth behind
What? Was?
So you must surely know, Miss Acheron, that peering into a black hole is not a wise move. As a potential threat, your knowledge of us has reached uncomfortable depths.
Oh.
Reveal your true identity and intentions. Otherwise, brace
Oh,
yourself for
Welt, du
gravitational
wirst immer
disintegration.
sexier.
That shouldn't be necessary. But if it makes the nameless feel less defensive, I'll be happy to abide.
Hau raus. Ich brauche alle Infos.
Believe it or not, Galaxy Ranger, Acheron. Those are the names I go by to this very day. My trip to Penacony is solely to fulfill an old, final request. I'm here for the Watchmaker's legacy. And that's it. I think
Das
I've been
befriedigt
honest
mich
enough.
gerade nicht.
Still unwilling to reveal your true identity?
Ey, was soll das,
It's
Acheron?
not that I don't want to. It's just that I can't. I've come so far, and I can't sum up all of that in just a few words. Everyone has their own unspeakable past. Secrets that they don't want to be revealed. And I won't be asking any more questions.
Warte,
Such as
wussten
why
wir das
the
dann?
Astral
Ach
Express
so,
is
ich bin das
roaming around
Stellar
the
One, ne?
cosmos
Okay,
with a
ich check das
Stellar
gerade.
on board.
Die meint, glaube ich, mich. Ich dachte eben so, hä? Der Zug hat auch einen Stellar One?
That memo keeper didn't do anything, right?
He's fine. Let's stick with the topic. Gaining my trust all depends on how much you're willing to reveal.
Oh, Welt ist so sexy, ne?
I've run around many
Meine
different
Fresse.
Pentoni dreamscapes
Ich
just
liebe
to try and
intelligente
find
Männer.
that legacy. And during this period, I came
Weil
into
ich es nämlich
contact with
nicht
quite
bin.
a few guests.
Weder ein Mann noch
In the
intelligent.
process, I gradually came to realize
Und dann hat er auch noch eine
secret of
Brille.
Penacony may be closely related to the Trailblaze. That's why I've come to ask for your help. I don't have enough proof yet, but I'd like to speculate something.
Leute,
The
ich
source
sag
of all
es
tragedy
euch.
lies within the
Nein, ich
family.
sag es euch jetzt nicht. Sonst habt
If
ihr
you could
irgendwann die
trust
Schnauze
me.
voll von mir.
We could find the proof to support this claim together. Mr. Yang, I think you've come to the same conclusion, haven't you?
Let's leave it at that. For now, I'll choose to believe that
Und wenn
you bear no
das sagt,
hostility.
dann muss das stimmen.
Share your findings with me and me alone. I don't want vague conjecture to interfere
Okay.
with other people's judgments before we find solid proof.
By the way, would you like something to drink? Before we go, how about 2 cups of Wake the Heck Up? No, 4 cups.
Für mich auch, bitte.
Because the conversation coming up will
Oh.
last forever.
Hey, 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 lasst mich aber dabei sein, ja? Wahrscheinlich nicht. Wieder wird ein Geheimnis aus allem gemacht, gleichzeitig im Hotel der Realität.
I've been watching her closely for a while now, and the first invitation was in the banquet hall of the hotel. She just sat in one corner, keeping silent.
Ist das
chugging
das
down a
mit dem
couple
Tanz,
cups of Wake
was
the
wir
Heck Up.
im Trailer
I
gesehen
told
haben,
her it's a
beziehungsweise in der
pungent, bitter
Animation?
beverage, not the taste of sweet dreams.
Sweet
Only for people
dreams.
allergic to Soul Glad. And she said,
Really? But I don't taste any difference at all between them.
Ganz ehrlich, diese Kiste
the
finde ich
guest
immer
rooms
nicht.
are charmingly minimalist. An aesthetic you share, Miss Acheron. It's a cinch. This music box. The invitation received by the Annihilation Gang. There are latent memories that linger on it yet. You see, memories of you are not yours alone. They travel in other people.
Mit wem
other
redet sie denn
things.
da?
I know much, and I can predict even more. With some help, the dead can be made to speak. The Annihilation Gang, that band of desperados who all disappeared after meeting you. What exactly happened to them? Well, let me reveal all.
Das sind etwa viel zu viele Informationen, ne?
Gradation 12. Dreamscape 12. Father, I dedicate this to you.
Well done, Dubra. Wherever they go,
What?
shall be
Mein Gott, das sind einfach zu viele Informationen. Ich raffe nichts.
There it is. It's hazy, but it's Ifrit's voice. The other one is probably his progeny.
Ah, okay.
This is the residual memory from when the invitation was first delivered. They were abruptly interrupted. Then, what happened next is...
Ja.
They sought refuge in a land of sleep. Merely wishing for undisturbed rest, away from the storms. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage.
She won't be necessary. I alone am enough.
Okay, die Stimme erkenne ich jetzt gerade nicht.
When have those on the path of destruction feared death?
The Everflame Mansion has set out on a journey. Those poor people, they have no idea what lies in wait ahead of them. Memory recovery is going well, but slowly. She'll be here soon, and time is short. There's nobody else here, so there's no need to be delicate. In fact, I think I'd better go all out.
What? Oh, was ist los?
What happened?
Ja, keine Ahnung. Was ist denn los? Oh. Man kann gar nichts mehr
The
verstehen.
memory after that is blank. How is that possible? This music box fell into Acheron's hands, and she brought it to Penacony. That's a fact, and that's how it should have gone. But along the way...
Oh!
It's like it's been erased. Who's done this?
Ich weiß nicht. Sage schon mal Bescheid, ne?
Who are you?
Ho!
Who are you?
Ja, wer bist du? Wer redet denn?
No. Is this not a memory?
Oh, a memo keeper. Do you serve the Garden of Recollection? Or the Cremators? My name is Constance. A pleasure
Constance?
to meet you.
Die haben wir, glaube ich, noch nicht kennengelernt, ne?
Penacony and spend an
Oh!
unforgettable time together.
Was meinen die denn mit einer unvergesslichen Zeit?
Unrealistic. Dolly is not welcome on the banquet store, and I don't need a coming-of-age ceremony. And you,
Okay.
I know what you're looking for. Want her secret? I can give it to you, and then you can enjoy the banquet for me. I wish you unforgettable memories.
Hello?
Oh. A phone. Wanna listen in?
Zur gleichen Zeit auf der anderen Seite. Oh mein Gott! Seit einer Stunde labern die alle. Oh, cool. Ich meine, es ist mega interessant. Aber ich wollte eigentlich schon einen Cut machen. Oh, sagen Sie das jetzt mit Robin?
Guidance of the Marketing Development Department and in accordance with the Interstellar Peace Charter, the independent Sigonian sovereignty has hereby been established and shall take a legislative seat
Da hauen die das
at the
bestimmt nicht mit
Interstellar
Robin
Congress.
raus.
The formation of the Sigonian sovereignty is of great historical significance to the Sigonia system. This move puts an end to the planet's long and bloody history, turning the sensational Kataka-Abjin extinction event into a distant memory.
Sigonia
Was ist das
4
im
is
Hintergrund?
located in
Hörst du
an
das
unclaimed
auch?
zone at the intersection of the Denise, Prothean, and Dorneau star clusters. The planet's surface environment is known for being extremely harsh, constantly faced with the threat of impact from small-scale celestial objects. This is why very few intelligent species have made this planet their home, dividing themselves into several tribes to eke out nomad lifestyles as they struggle to survive the arid desert wilderness. They have developed their own folk beliefs
Unabhängig
that are
vom
independent of the Aeon belief
Äonen-Glaubenssystem.
system.
Mhm. Aber was ist denn das im Hintergrund?
Sigonia, ravenous eye of the storm, spurned by all the gods. Land of rock, but not water. Lightning, but not rain. Blood, but not tears. You beat us with your falling stars. You lash us with wind and storm. You chew us up with the cracked earth. You promised us a land of honey, yet yoked us beneath a sword of bitterness. Gaiathra Triclops, if thou can hear me, please open up thy 3 eyes and gaze upon this child. When you took his father, my child was still sleeping.
Oh, jetzt krieg ich Gänsehaut.
And where
Woher
my
weißt du, oh
husband
Gott,
went,
woher weißt du, dass er auch gehen muss?
I too soon must go. I don't ask for a peaceful death. Just for you to tell me, does the baby swaddled sweetly asleep? Does he dream of his mother's heartbeat and the sound of falling rain? Please tell me whether this life is all just a fleeting dream. Otherwise, why would this child be born to face impending death?
Mommy! Mommy! Mommy, the rain. It's raining.
Okay, es scheint ein Geschwisterchen dabei zu sein.
Raining? Raining.
It is raining. It's true. Those Outworlders weren't lying to us.
What?
They really did summon the rain.
Aber was hat denn der Regen damit zu tun?
We can go back home.
Back home. Gaiathra Triclops.
Ist das vielleicht Aventurin? Ist er nicht auch blond? Ich habe das gerade nicht im Kopf.
Do you hear that? Thank you. Thank you. Darling, listen. This is the sound of rain. On the day you were born, the sky also sent down a gift like this from Gaiathra. Such a lucky child. Such a blessed child.
Ja, mein Junge, ist das Aventurin?
Just like your name. A gift from them to Avgen. My boy. May the goddess Gaiathra close her eyes 3 times. Keep your blood eternally pulsing. Let your journey be forever peaceful. And your schemes forever concealed.
Kakavasha, von Gaiathra gesegnetes Kind.
Kakavasha.
Time to wake up, gambler.
Das ist doch Dr. Ratio, oder? Das ist er, oder?
Heavens. I must have drunk too much Soul Glad. Didn't expect you to be back so soon. How is it? Find anything?
Just as you guessed. Nobody outside knows about Robin's death. There aren't even baseless conspiracy theories.
Nummer, ich weiß nicht wie
They're
viel.
still streaming the rehearsal for
Welche
her
Nummer er
ceremony.
ist.
Using a stand-in, I guess. They must be dreaming.
Of course. Who could imagine that death would actually descend upon the idyllic dream created by the family? Let alone that the victim would be the female lead of the Charmony Festival. To be honest with you, I didn't believe it. I even tested it a few times myself. Until I discovered that I couldn't actually die.
Aha.
Whenever there's any danger, I'm forced awake by the dream pool, and it's all as if everything were just a nightmare. That's why I'm convinced that there are a few big secrets lurking behind the scenes.
Then you must have heard about the Memory Zone meme.
Yeah.
When I graciously deigned to establish connections with the Oak family on your behalf, they were quite in a pitiful state of disarray. Besides Robin, there was another body. I don't know the exact details, just that it was a stowaway.
2 murder cases? I told you something seemed off about the Nameless. He must have come across the other one. This murderer is a psycho. But I have to admit, the case should be easy to crack. We can leverage the family's malfeasance and let the IPC use this as a reason to intervene. It's just that their trickery runs deeper than I thought. Robin's stand-in was all ready to go. These 2 murders are definitely getting hushed up. What should we do? Let me think. It's too rare an
schon über eine
opportunity to miss
Stunde,
out on,
Leute. Ich krieg
so
aber auch keinen Cut
I gotta
hin.
be careful.
Das geht immer wieder in eins weiter.
Incredible gambler. Have you already exhausted your limited repertoire of tricks so soon?
There are plenty of chips, but it'd be best to choose carefully. The most straightforward has to be Robin. Remember? That masked fool once told me to find a mute as a friend. Robin is what she calls the mute. She has lost her voice, and while most people can't pick up on it, you and I cannot mistake that sound. Not produced by any voice box, but rather by the resonance of the harmony. If that girl hadn't gone hoarse from singing practice, there'd only be one possibility. Something was up with the family. Or Robin herself. To get to the bottom of this, I tried every way I could to meet her. But she died. Right before my very eyes.
A complete and utter loss. Incidentally, it seems to have resulted in your rather undignified arrival on the interrogation stand. There were eyewitnesses at the scene, and the family, in their graciousness, has tentatively accepted your alibi. However, for the foreseeable future, you shall, regrettably, find yourself under the vigilant watch of the hounds.
Well, things aren't looking too optimistic, Doctor. I'm starting to break out in a cold sweat. Do you reckon there's still any chance of a comeback, given how things are?
A probability? Yes, it exists, but it verges on the infinitesimal.
Träum weiter!
To phrase it in a manner more befitting the vernacular of Penacony, you're dreaming. But if you simply can't control yourself and want to try your hand, then there just so happens to be a suitable candidate. That man wants to see you again.
Wer?
Who?
Ja, danke.
Sunday.
Sonntag!
Is this a public hearing or a private trial?
If it were the former, it would hardly befit my stature to stoop to the role of a mere messenger.
Fine. Oh, that's great. It's all great. You see, the dead can't talk, but the living can. Ratio, I'm convinced now that there must be something wrong inside the family. Oh, just you wait and see. That man's sister has died. He can't sit on his hands. Well, without any further ado, let's set off.
Ach, ich dachte immer, er ist Mr. Samstag. Das fällt mir jetzt erst auf. Okay, Leute. Hier mache ich jetzt einen Cut.
We're here.
Nein!
The Dewlight Pavilion is the Oak family's fortress and a place where heads of the families meet to discuss great plans for Penacony.
So. Ich werde dieses Stück jetzt in das nächste Video donnern, was du jetzt natürlich mitkriegst, weil dieses Stück ist in dem Video. Und ja, ich überlege gerade, wie ich das am besten gleich cutte. Das ist mir zu lang. Es sind jetzt 1 Stunde und 9 Minuten. Ich werde hier jetzt den Schnitt setzen, das hier vielleicht kurz noch drin lassen, damit du Bescheid weißt und eine neue Aufnahme starten, damit wir hier irgendwie einen Cut reinbekommen. Die quatschen seit 70 Minuten und ich versuche bestimmt schon seit 30 Minuten diese Aufnahme zu beenden. Alter Schwede! Okay, meine Lieben, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Aufnahme wieder. Ich danke dir fürs Zusehen und bis zum nächsten Mal. Bye, bye!